Hello, Psychic Tears. It's time for Psychic Mouse. Let's see if Earl's coming on today. Psychic Mouse. That's in the White House. Psychic Mouse. That's in the White House. Tell us what you've heard. Psychic Mouse. That's in the White House. Show us what you've seen. Psychic Mouse. That's in the White House. Tell us what you've heard. Psychic Mouse. That's in the White House. Tell us what you've heard. Psychic Mouse? We're all wondering what's going on with Earl. We feel like you are trying to hide Earl from us. You know, first you said he was going to come on. Then you told us he went to Mount Rushmore. Now you're telling us in quarantine. Well, hello, Mixie, to you too. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Psychic Mouse. I guess I can bring on Earl. It's like I told you before. Nobody want to hear what he is talking about. He be talking some ignorant stuff. Ignorant stuff this man be saying. Y'all sure y'all want to talk to him? I'll get him out of quarantine. Make sure he put a mask. You know you don't believe in wearing no mask. Yeah, Psychic Mouse. We'd love to talk to him to hear his opinions. All right. I just hope y'all prepared. Mixie, do you really have to hum the Jeopardy song? Sorry. We'll wait. I told you I do not want to talk to people about my opinions. I have told you this. Earl, do not use my government name. My friends know me as Psychic Mouse. I don't care how they know you. I know you by what you call your government name. I go by Earl. Your mama named you Marguerite. Earl, did you have to tell them my government name? Now they know my real name is Marguerite. Actually, I was the one that named you. I was the one who gave that name to your mama. Earl, we did not come here to talk about my government name. We came here to talk to you about your opinions as a Republican. Well, yes, I am a Republican. I am. Who is this I'm talking to? Earl, I have a show with my friend Mixie and our friends who watch the show. Oh, I'm gonna be on television? Not really television, it's YouTube. Okay? It's YouTube. Oh, well, I'd put on a better suit. You know, I got a suit like Donald Trump. Mixie, I would like to introduce y'all to Earl. He's actually my uncle. I do not call him Uncle Earl. I just call him Earl. I'd like to not call him at all because don't none of us in our family believe the same things that he. Now, Marguerite, I do not think that that is fair. Just because I'm a Republican does not mean I'm a bad person. Mix. Excuse me. Psychic Mouse, I would have to agree with him. Just because he's a Republican doesn't make him a bad person. Hmm. Well, let's just go ahead and start asking him some questions, and then y'all can decide later if he's a good person or not. Thank you very much, Psychic Mouse. That's very kind of you. So, um, Earl, I'd like to ask you some questions. I do have my cards here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I do. You shuffling them cards like Psychic Mouse here, Marguerite. You know she thinks she a psychic. You know, trying to bring messages from the other side. She call it. Now that is just not Christian, and I do not believe in it. You shuffle the cards like her. Well, Uncle Earl, I don't have to not call me Uncle Earl. I am not your uncle. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Earl, I do not have to use the cards. We could just talk, about your opinion. That would be so much better. So, Mr. Earl, Psychic Mouse, I know you know her as Marguerite, but Psychic Mouse tells us that you disagree. You have some different opinions about the Confederate flag. Well, what do you mean by different opinions? Well, I'm African American, and I actually believe that the Confederate flag should be removed. I don't think that it should be flying in at NASCAR. I know that they've gotten rid of it. I don't think it should be flying in Mississippi. And yes, I know they signed a decree to get rid of it on the Mississippi flag. I think that the flag should be retired. Hmm. You one of them liberals, ain't you? What does being a liberal have to do with doing what's right, Mr. Earl? Well, first let me tell you, I don't believe that the Confederate flag should be retired because it is a part of history. Um, Mr. Earl, I know that the Confederate flag is part of history, but it's part of a hurtful history. It don't matter if you believe that it's a part of hurtful history, it is still a part of history and should stay along with the statues, along with, um, I cannot think of that word. You know, I'm 83 years old and um, sometimes I forget my words. That's okay, Mr. Earl. That's okay. Now, you see what I'm saying? Psychic Mouse, but do you see what I'm saying? This is what I've been trying to tell y'all. This 83-year-old mouse believes that the Confederate flag should not be retired. Now, I have to disagree with that. And me and Earl get into it all the time. His name should not be Uncle Earl. It should be, I believe the name would be Uncle Tom. Um, Psychic Mouse, calm down. Calm down. Now, I take offense to that, Marguerite, just because I believe that the Confederate flag is part of history. That that makes me an Uncle Tom. I resent that. Now, Herman Cain was at Mount Rushmore. I happened to sit right below his feet. And Herman Cain, I think, would be on my side in believing that the Confederate flag is part of history. Now, I cannot speak for the man, but I think he would believe that it's a part of history and it should not be retired. Well, Mr. Earl, this is Mixie, and I was wondering, do you think that maybe like the statues and the Confederate flag, those things should go into museums, and then maybe we should replace like those statues with like Harriet Tubman or Frederick Douglass or those people? I cannot answer that question out of fear that I will be called an Uncle Tom. You know you're going to be called an Uncle Tom, Uncle Earl, because your opinions about these items in history and not recognizing that it's painful, and you being a mouse of brown fur, you are a mouse of brown fur, and you do not believe that those items should be retired. That is a hurtful part of history. Uncle Earl, I would have to agree with your niece, Marguerite. Do not use my government name, Mixie. Sorry, Psychic Mouse. Uncle Earl, I would have to agree with Psychic Mouse. This is a hurtful part of history. And it's sad to think that you, as a mouse of brown fur, would believe that those items should not be retired. Let me ask you another question, Mr. Earl. Um, do you have any opinions about immigration? Lord Mixie, do you have to ask him about that? Yes, I do. I do have varying opinions on immigration into this country. Um, I would like you to keep it very nice. Oh, Mr. Earl, please don't be ugly because we here believe in immigration on this channel. Well, I have to tell you that, first of all, we have cousins who have migrated to this country. And I believe that what they have done to those children at the border is wrong. I agree with you on that one. That I definitely agree with you. And those children committed no crime as far as I'm concerned. I know that I'm a Republican, but I have 365 children and 3,343 grandchildren. And if anybody ever did anything to hurt my children, I cannot tell you what I would do. I understand that, Mr. Earl, and we are on the same page when it comes to these poor children at the border. I am a Christian. Anybody who agrees with these children being held at the borders and calls themselves a Christian, they need to reevaluate their ways, their thoughts, and their God. I do not believe that there is a high being that would believe that what is being done to immigrants and children of immigrants at the border is right. Okay, so we do agree on something. Is there anything else you would like to talk about, Mr. Earl, before we actually exit off of the channel? Um, I don't think so. I'm a Christian. Yes. You need to stop shuffling them cards is what you need to do. You know that's of the devil. I have tried to tell Marguerite. Okay, that's enough. I'm so tired of him. This is what, I'm surprised he was as nice as he was to y'all because, when he goes off on a tangent, he kept it clean. Yeah, y'all think I have a dirty mouth? Uncle Earl his mouth is worse. And there's something I had to tell him before he came onto his channel. I had to tell him, listen, please act right. These are my friends. Do not say anything that's going to be offensive. But I can tell you right now that this man has said some things that makes me wonder if he is a mouse of brown fur. I have to tell you that. Thank you, Psychic Mouse. And we'd also like to thank you for introducing Uncle Earl. It was a pleasure to have him. Uncle Earl, are you still there? Mr. Earl, I know you don't want me to call you Uncle. Mr. Earl, yes, I am still here. You are welcome to come and talk to us anytime you like. I will let Psychic Mouse know how the audience took you and how they felt about you. And would you be willing to come back on and talk with us again and share your opinions? Yes, I would. Yes, maybe you can go into more detail about history. You know, you are 83 years old. Um, Actually, the next time we talk to you, let's talk a little bit about Herman Cain. Oh, that would be my pleasure. Well, thank you to both of you. I hope you guys have a blessed day. You get all the cheese and snacks that you want. Say goodbye to the psychic tears. Bye, y'all. Goodbye, psychic tears. Bye, you guys.